You know, I do value my time very highly. Sometimes maybe a little too highly. But I don't just take requests from any old person. There's basically one overarching thing. With the huge amount of time that it's taken for me to, one, learn this stuff, and two, to be able to do said request, is going to cost a lot of money. But money brings in a whole lot of questions of... now I have to actually go up to somebody's value and then refunds and all that sort of stuff. It gets really messy, so I just don't do it. The only time that I will do it is when it's maybe a YouTuber who will do it for a shout out for me to make me, you know, help grow my own channel. That, and also, they're usually a lot more okay with jank. So Muye came to me and said, hey, I'm doing another video and I need some smaller cars. We tried to do the shrinking vehicle mod. Unfortunately though, it just didn't really work. So I stepped up and said that I would do it, and he sent me some prerequisites. He wants an autobello at half size, and then he also wants a smaller pigeon, and it needs to be able to drive under the covert. Aha. Half an autobello was fine, but to get this small enough to be able to drive under something like that? That's gonna be miniature, so I'm probably going to have to cheat. It's as easy as that. So to get started on doing these modifications, we're going to have to first make the mod. One for the pigeon, and then another one for the autobello. But which things, so it's not going to be as easy just to shrink the vehicle, because we also got to get the wheels and tires to be small as well. So there's going to be a lot of dipping into common directory stuff. What do we got here? We've got the regular body, no cut body or anything. Probably don't need things like the spare wheel, because you probably won't be popping the hood at any time. So we're going to be grabbing the autobello and the autobello parts DAEs, just so we can use the right things. Then all the way down here, we're going to need to start picking. We don't need the normal autobello, but the body we do. There's going to be a lot of modification happening here. First, we're going to open up Blender and we're going to start shrinking this bad boy down. And then we need to go through and delete everything we don't need, which there's a lot here. And delete. All right. We're done with that stage. All I have to do is shrink this many things, but now we start getting into a question of what sort of shrinking do we want to go by? So there's two ways in which we can approach this, and I pitched both of them to Muye, and I think Muye didn't quite understand. So luckily I asked him to clarify, and that's kind of what he has in mind. That would mean that the car comes up to about 50% of the seat size, which is good. So let's delete those tricks, grab everything here, then tell it to scale to the 3D cursor. Now this is gonna be a little bit tricky, because not everything is gonna scale correctly. So let me show you. We're gonna make sure that something is selected. Scale it to 0.5 in relation to the 3D cursor. Now, everything now has a modifier applied to it of a scale of 0.5, and if we try to export that, that could become rather tricky. And to fix that, what I'll do is go Object, Apply, All Transforms. But that's not everything, because that's gonna do it in relative to this. If I try to do it to something like these here, no, hold on, that there, you can see that it's got a little dot in the middle. That, applying that, would move it to here. So if we select everything here and then only select that. Okay, good. We've managed to do it, our selection in such a way that it doesn't select those as well. Now, let's go Object, Apply, All Transforms. Now, hopefully, everything has no scale modifier. Perfect. Now let's go in and select everything and deselect everything that has the origin there. These are all what we call props, and they move independently. Now we're going to go to Object, Apply, but not All Transforms. Only scale. Everything here is now autobello small, F4, export, DAE, go into our directory, autobello, export. Now go back to the mod, make sure that this has a different name so it doesn't conflict with the original file that's in the zip folder. So this is autobello small. And then we're going to get into another tricky thing. You know what, we'll move that out of here. And we're going to open the folder that we're working in. Then under the search function, we're gonna search for all autobello and replace it with autobello underscore small. Now, this is gonna get rather tricky because this is doing some extra work. It's not just changing the names of the 3D models we had, but the names of all the file bits. It gets really messy, but as long as everything is all standardized, should be able to just go Replace all. 707 occurrences across 25 files? Here's hoping this works. Back into BeamNG. Control L and make a mistake. Perfect. Socket is not, oh wait. It didn't change all of the names here, so we're gonna have to go in and change every one of these names individually. That's a lot of fun. Okay. Now it's kind of half there, but not really there. Control R doesn't seem to do anything. Damn it. This is, you know what? All names have changed. All right, let's try this. Copy that, go into here, put in the name beginning part, and put in small space. Apply. That's very unlikely to have actually fixed the issue. Control R. Control R work. Okay, well, there's some problems. And relaunch the game. And try bringing it. Okay, good. See, it worked. I changed nothing. Let's go in, bring out Mounier's loadout. Still no exhaust for God knows what reason, but. And small body. Oh, so close. Except the hood is wrong. Now, if we go Control R. Perfect. Okay, that's what we wanted. Yes, everything is too big. Fantastic! But we have our plugin! Oh my god, thank you so much for the plugin! I would have had to have done this manually, and I probably would have said no to the job had it been previous to this plugin existing. Because there's a lot of work involved. There still is a lot of work involved, but there was a lot more work involved. So, F4, import jbeam. We're gonna have to do this like 50 times. Oh my god, that ended up being a real pain in the butt. The devs themselves usually, wait, hold on, where did it go? Yeah, they usually have like math in here to be able to change node position around. That causes issues with the importer, but hopefully they'll keep doing work on it and it'll eventually get updated. Let's hide the body, we don't want that. This is still set to scale to 3D cursor, perfect. Make sure that something's, okay, good. Then, scale 0.5. Perfect. That should line up now. Good. Now I go in and one by one, F4, export, jbeam. Then line up backlight. I'm pretty sure that's in the glass section, maybe. If I can find, okay, there in the glass section. Export jbeam. Now we go to body. Oh god, this is gonna take forever, isn't it? And back into BeamNG. If we hit Control R. Sure. Okay, you know what? We don't have wheels yet, so we can go do away with wheels for the time being. Empty. And, oh god, empty. It's still causing problems. But I know how to fix this. See, what it might be... So, this is part of the reason why I was a little bit worried about this to start with. When nodes get close to faces, actually, you know what, I'll show you what I mean. These little bits are nodes, well, we have to unpause. Every one of these like highlighted bits is a node. And then the faces are the green bits, so if we could turn them on and off. When they get really close to each other, sometimes they cause issues, so we might have to do away with all the technical stuff and just cheat like what I was planning to do with the pigeon anyway, but we'll get to that later. Alternatively, this could be an issue easily solved by changing the beam damp and weight values. Now, this is not the perfect way of doing this, and really you shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Then we're gonna start by reducing spring and damp values. So start with the spring 0.8. What are the chances? Come on, Control R. Close. Damp, we'll change you to 0.8 as well. Now, I don't want to reduce the node weight because having a heavier weight will help. Nope. All right, increase you to 2 then. Little refresh. Okay. Yep, nope, that's helped us a lot. Though, not perfectly, as you can see. Does this have to be 2? I don't want it to be like super heavy. Let's go 1.2, then reduce everything again. Little refresh. I think this is the right way to go down.
Many months later.
Next is, clicking the door thing does nothing, but if we hold the door, we can see that it opens and closes all on its own. So all of the latches are having a problem. Let's pause. Nope, that's wrong. Pause and bring up all of the nodes and beams. Where is it meant to connect? I think it's meant to connect right there, but for some reason, it disconnects. So let's slow it down. Probably 500 times is good. And it immediately disconnects, which is fine. Then it reconnects. Then it disconnects. Then it reconnects. Oh, come on, please. I think if we just increase the weight of one of these, it should be fine. Let's increase that from 0.6 to 1.6. Now, refresh. It's not working as planned. If I bring the door in, it doesn't even want to latch, does it? Does it? I think I've broken the door code by making it smaller. We might have to weld the doors closed. Bugger. I get the feeling if I was to restart the game, this would all be fine. All right, let's move on to wheels and tires. Front and wheels seem to be exactly the same, and they are the 13x5 4 slots. Okay, sure. Then we just go in and make sure this is small. So we got the wheel. The easiest way to do this is to go scale 0.5, then object, apply all transforms. Then to get the size of things, we need to go to the pressure wheels and the hub radius, wheel offset, hub width, and num raise is where this starts to get problematic. I believe hub radius is the first thing we need to play with. It was originally 18 centimeters, but now if we bring that back, we're at 0.091, maybe? So let's try it out. No, wait, hold on. 9.1. Now we're gonna need oh god, we're gonna need the tires that fit on this. 165/70 R13s. Anyway, scale to 0.5. Nope, that's 0.4. 0.5. Then measure that out is 0.143, which should be this 143. Hopefully that works. Oh, tire width now 0.042, and now if we're lucky. Oh, wait. I have to go to the suspension section and find the wheel section. Perfect. I think we're just going to call it wheel F small. Then in here, it can just go there, like that. Perfect. And then, I mean, it's close to working. We've got the problem now of there's a thing called node offset that's used to move the wheels into a different area. And we have to line them up. Yay! I just have to get this to line up now, which now I have to do this by eye. Isn't that fun? If we half this, will that work? That becomes basically about 15-ish. Why does my control button not work well? Okay, well that's getting close, except the offset is weird. Okay, well apparently that doesn't work. Let's take that down to 1. Refresh. At least the tires aren't popping. That's a... gonna say a good thing, but that has already gone wrong. Oh, that's a Z offset. I'm an idiot. The X offset is the one we want. Okay, half of 155 divided by 2. Hopefully that works. We're just gonna be changing this like little by little until it works right. You know what? That's getting close. Perfect. Does it drive? Not quite. Hold on. Back into... It drives. Oh my godness. I wonder if everything else I've done has meant that this will now be a lot easier to stabilize. So can I bring this weight down at least a little bit? I know we're not going to 0.5. Now if we refresh... Nope, it doesn't like it. All right, this one is ready to ship. Oh, now I'm gonna do it in a much worse way for the pigeon. Do you wanna see a magic trick? I'm about to make the pigeon look big. Let's bring out Muye's version, plop it right there, and that is cool. I feel like tricking my audience again over on Twitter. Zoom all the way in, grab a screenshot, paste that in, and how do I trick them? Secret collab that no one can guess. And post. And I suppose let's just start working on this one, but I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit. As you saw, it did get problems when we tried to make it smaller. So I think this time I'm gonna have to cheat. I can make all of the body just out of like one box of collision, and then the suspension will have to be interesting. I didn't work on the pigeon. I ended up going to sleep in it the next day now. I wanted to do one little thing with this vehicle when I was going to make it small, and that was to grab the audio files and mess with the pitch of them. Unfortunately, everything's freaking password protected, so I can't actually mess with the original files. It's gonna pitch stuff and it's gonna be like a sort of thing. whatever. I suppose we'll just get on to making this small. Now, with making the autobello only half the size, it was already causing problems. So I'm gonna make this, but cheating. Instead of being an incredibly complex shape of a whole bunch of nodes, I'm just gonna make the vehicle into basically a box, and then I'm going to put some wheels on it. That's it. It's gonna have a little bit of steering. Maybe. It might have suspension, but probably not. All right, after about a half an hour, we've narrowed it down to just a few different things. So we've got the main body, we got the engine, suspension, rear suspension, glass I want to leave breakable, steering wheel I want to be animatable, the lights I'm probably also going to keep them separate so then they can properly turn on and off and I don't have to mess around too much with code and just kind of rip it from elsewhere. All right, let's go ahead and make this super tiny. Well, he wanted to go under a culvert, and this is about the size I want this to go up. Let's grab the measuring tape, and approximately 16 centimeters high. That's gonna be a problem. Let's add in a box so I know when to stop shrinking. You will be 0.16, and then fit it on the bottom line, invert select, scale to 3D cursor. Okay, that is, if we look in the top left corner, is 10% of the size. Great, that is absolutely tiny. And this is going to be my new collision mesh. I'm thinking something a little bit like there. That should about do it. Then we need to add a whole bunch of extra beams to make everything rigid. So U to U, U to U. Everything needs to be in triangles. Then we're going to need suspension, and we've broken the suspension up into its own part. And even though it looks like an independent suspension, I'm just going to basically create a beam axle. So Shift A, mesh. We're just going to use a plane for this one. Fit it into place. Make sure that it rotates normally, and just kind of make it fit in there. Good. Okay. Now this will also give us some rigidity and a way to have a wheel pivot. I don't know. I've never done this before, to be honest. Let's start by exporting all of these doodads. It's going to be the mini P body, and the value is going to be, since it's going to be like a remote control toy, it's going to be something like $50. And oh, what's the slot type? Yep. As I thought, pigeon frame. Plop that under type, and then this is going to be MPB for mini pigeon body, and that should be all we need. F4, export, jbeam, mini P body. Now is that jbeam exported? Our new jbeam, has it worked the way I want it to be? Oh, yes, okay. Things are looking up good, except this is going to be mini pigeon. And then nodes. We're gonna need things like node weight. So we can grab the crux of these things. We're gonna want slots. Plop that in about here. You only need one, but we can blank that out for now. The node section, no, flex body next. Let's find that. Perfect. Put that in here. And then we're only going to need one. Go into our thing, and it goes there. Now, node weights. I'm not going to use their node weights, but I am gonna grab just the format, plop her in, self collisions false, except not flash, false. Collisions will be set to true. Node, oh wait, no node weight? Here we go, node weight, put that also in here, and 2.4, that might be a bit much. Let's go like 1.4. Then down to the beam section. Grab that and put that in. That'll looks good, that'll looks good. Optional, we're gonna get rid of that. This actually, oh, that has to be in first. That could have been a problem. Oh dear. Getting into like pressure wheel stuff is really confusing. Let's just see if this is working so far. Clone current, go in, pick up frame, mini pigeon. Okay. Something is working. I mean, it's clipping into the ground because BeamNG's way of having like non-solid object, oh, like non-solid ground. Okay. Camera's way too far out. We might have to fix that, but there we go. It's ridiculous. And it's also, what? It's duplicated some of the nodes? but only on one side. Wait, what? Oh my god, they're so close. The game thinks that they're on the same area, so they're bugging out. Fantastic. We got front suspension at least working. Nope.
6 hours later.
And now with all of the wheels and tires mostly lined up, let's unpause. And things are almost working right. Yeah, okay. This is good. This is actually kind of what we want, because we haven't attached the suspension yet, or technically even the wheels to the suspension. I don't know where that went. That's gone. Oh, wait, nope, something's there. Okay, yeah. So next is to get the axles attached to the middle section, and then we're gonna attach some like really simple shocks and springs to something like that, and then this one will attach to there as a spring, so it'll basically be swing arm, kind of. No, solid, whatever, you get the idea. Leading on the front, trailing on the rear. To do that, we're gonna need MPBL6 and 7, starting with the first node, gets that value, attach it to 6. Now we want everything to attach to this, so we're gonna need all of these names. Oh wait, there's only 4, perfect. Now, we duplicate this and change this to, nope, hold on, yep, there we go, R7. And with our little tink of a drop, lift that up, and you can see that it is attached to the suspension. Perfect. Now, we're going to want the lower of the two, I reckon, which is going to be like L0 and R2. Put that in there, make it attached to MPB L2, and this is going to have different values. So we're going to grab the spring and damp, put that there, and the spring values are going to be like really low, and damp values are going to be also really low. Now, is that going to cause everything to bug out? Not enough spring. All right, well, let's add 1,000 onto that then. Wait, you know what? I didn't duplicate this for the other side. Now if I refresh a couple of times, damn it. All right, let's increase that then to, what's this add, 100,000? Oh, okay, no, I was looking at the wheels, not the springs, my bad. Okay, the wheels only have to attach to the ones that are on their side then. So the right wheel will get the right nodes. Let's lift up and... Why does nothing ever work the way I want it to?
The following Thursday.
Oh, it's finally coming together. I'm really liking this so far. I was a bit torn. I knew this would be difficult, but I was hoping that it wasn't going to be really time consuming. It's turned out to be easy, but time consuming, so come on. Most of the problem was the fact that I had triangles on the lower part of the body and then the wheels were kind of interfering. Oh god, I wish I could shrink the node size down, but I don't know how to do that. But yes, we are good. Okay, there is actually still beams running around everywhere. It's just, it doesn't show up on the triangles no more. Okay. We have the steering connected to each other, and usually there'd be a steering rack, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to put simply one beam in. And if we quickly just do a reset, I put in extra nodes for steering because I realized that I needed to have that. That is going to connect to here, and then it's just basically going to pump that across. I want this to connect from FSRS to MPBL0. And then we don't need that line. Come back in, refresh. Perfect. Steers and steers. It might be a little bit sharp, however. Oh goodness. Screw it, I think it's fine. Okay, steering done. Final thing, Engine. We're gonna go the 1.4 Engine since that's what he wanted anyway. And there's so much we don't need. I don't think we need an oil pan. We could just turn thermals off entirely. I don't think we need an intake, ECU, race stuff. No, wait, what engine stuff did he have? The only thing that's really gonna make extra noise is something like an intake and an exhaust. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Don't need internals. Oh god, there's so much we can get rid of here. Thank god. What do I do about the amount of power though? I feel it might be a bit much, but I suppose I'll have to test it out. Nodes can go away. Beams and triangles can go away, and then for all of this pigeon engine is going to be instead the pigeon body area. Slots, perfect. In you go, and this will be engine. Perfect. 13cc i4. No fuel tank, perfect. I wonder if I just get rid of the energy source, it'll work magically? It does. It does work magically. Oh god. Holy cow, what just happened? Let's turn everything off. Let's zoom in. Let's slow the game down to like 32 times, and then I drove forwards. What happened? Oh, oh wait, yeah, engine inertia. So that needs to go down quite a lot. And now when I rev up the engine, doesn't look like it's having a problem. Okay, unslow down. It's very jiggly though, my god. Okay, I've put in a transmission. Now let's see if it'll... What? I'm trying to see if it'll drive. Things are not having the easiest of time. I think there might be a little bit too much torque, maybe. Okay, let's divide everything by 10, and it drives. And then it like stops almost instantly. Oh my god, it drives so hard. Okay, we got some steering issues. This drives so weirdly. Why is it driving so weirdly? Oh god. Jesus, I think we might have a smidge too much traction as well. I think we might just do what like a miniature car does and have no gears. Okay, final things are done. 1, only 1 gear. 2, it has, what is it? Oh yeah, much less traction, because that was a huge problem. I also made the front suspension just a little bit stronger, same with the rear, and now the suspension doesn't completely bug out, and you have a little drift beast. This thing is crazy. I might have to put in something to, like, change the, like, traction values. This is pretty wild. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to control it manually. I'm full throttle, by the way. Sometimes it just gets into that sort of thing. It also, like, torques and pushes the car to the left. So let's refresh. Yep, nope, just pushes to the left. He's gonna have to drive this thing really carefully. Now all I gotta do is just, like, put in the steering wheel, and I think he should be happy. If he's not happy with the amount of effort that this has taken, I'm gonna be very upset with you, yeah. Here we go, here we go, no, here we go. Drive under. There we go. It's, come on. I think it's just got way too much traction. It's crazy. I think it's about time that we take this to Laguna Seca and see what kind of lap it could do. Now, there's one little thing you may notice. So I'm not in the sim rig. And that's because if we go to first person camera, oh wait, hold on, no, camera. Yeah, it's not great. So we're just gonna use this in third person. It's not like I'm expecting this to do like an amazing thing anyway. I did change the power around a little bit. Oh god. Oh, it's really struggling. I think I'm gonna have to control the gears manually. Nope. Okay, we locked up. Okay, let's try that again. We're gonna be taking off in first gear this time. Come on, take off. Okay, there we go. That time we got it. Oh my god. Just go. Forwards. Forward. There we go. I don't know what this white stuff on the ground is. I think we have too much front grip. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go, and away we go. This sucks. This is like legitimately a horrible car. All right, back into second gear. Apparently, not enough power to be able to get up this hill with probably like 3 horsepower it's got. Oh god, this is gonna take forever, isn't it? But here we go, we're cresting, we're cresting. Okay, change gears. Yes, come on. Oh my god, this is so slow. Now I know that on a flat ground this thing will do 14. I just don't understand why it's not doing that now. I think I have to do a little bit of tuning before we can go on. Why aren't you speeding up? Okay, there we go. Into third gear. Why is it struggling on third gear so much? Alright, you know what? We're sticking to second gear. Yes, I did actually put a third gear in. I just realized that I didn't tell you guys that. It's just because it kind of, it sucks. Nope. And the engine locked up. I can't believe we've already gone 1 minute and we're not even at the first corner. And I'm like setting up on the right side of the track so then I can cut across. None of this matters. Like, I just, hello. That's a pit exit, but I don't have the speed to not hit it anyway. Oh god, oh god, oh yep, okay. Things moving, yes, very much. Okay, into third gear. Oh my god. This is good. Okay, Mouye, you asked for this. If I added too much more power to this, the thing would be an absolute nightmare. It's already a nightmare. And the thing almost does nothing. And bringing it across the line now as the crowd goes mild. And to sleep, or home, or whatever. There we go. A 10 minute and 5 second. My god, basically trying to do this faster, it's basically the time that Jeremy Clarkson tried to take a Jaguar around in 10 minutes and, like, really struggled. That was around the Nürburgring. I don't know. Sorry, my brain is all fazzled and fried from doing this sort of stuff. Oh god. Well, that is this video, and if you want to see how Muye reacts to this sort of car, you're going to be seeing it in his video. I'm hoping that he is happy with this. It is not a perfect vehicle. It does not have the same speed as a normal car. It is not stable. The steering is not great. Suspension is something I don't think I'm going to be able to figure out on my own. If you want to take this mod and go work it yourself and re-release it as your own thing, that is absolutely fine. I'm kind of at like my limit of kind of trying to guess what the value should be for a lot of different things. I know I probably could make the suspension better given maybe an extra, sorry, not suspension, steering specifically, better given maybe 2 more days of me futzing around doing a whole bunch of other things. I also just remembered I haven't put the headlights in yet, so yay, work is not over for me. But for now though, I would like to thank my channel members, and that specifically includes my top tier channel member, the Rogue-Tick, the Crayon Priest. For everyone else though, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.